Niger State can feed Nigeria. Niger State can feed Africa. Niger State is occupying 76.3 thousand square kilometers of land. They can feed Nigeria. Netherlands, with 33,000 square kilometers, which Niger State is twice, exported last year $125 billion of agricultural products. Niger State can do 5% of that, which is $6 billion. They don't need to come to Abuja. Northeast is collapsing. They say there's a problem in the Northeast. It shouldn't be. The two biggest states in Northeast, Borno and Taraba, combined, Borno alone is over 70,000 square kilometers. Taraba is 54,000. Two of them combined is 125,000 square kilometers, 4 times the size of Belgium, at 30,000 square kilometers. And Belgium is doing over 20 billion export. There's so much we can do with this country. Let people stop wasting everybody's time and put these young people that are giving us problems in terms of criminality out of poverty, and you reduce criminality. The more you put people out of poverty, the more you reduce criminality. It's a simple, people make it look difficult. Let's invest in the North. We have what it takes to make Nigeria. Let's do it now.
I should start by respectfully challenging the notion that the Nigerian economy is indeed facing challenges. Distress suggests helplessness, being at the mercy of something we have no control over. But that is not the case here. We are in challenging times, no doubt, but these times have also been marked by unprecedented opportunities to reset the course and build a new and sustainable economy away from the rent-seeking and waste that was once the order of the day. For the poorest and most vulnerable among us, the Social Investment Program, currently under review to reposition it for maximum impact, will support millions of households with direct cash transfers that will enable them to meet their basic needs. Since we assumed office in May of 2023, we have attracted $30 billion in FDIs, the foreign direct investments. These are commitments into the real sector of the economy, including manufacturing, telecoms, healthcare, oil and gas, and others.
I have cleared deliberately over 1 million hectares of land. So, my boss, you are very right to what you have said. We have no reason to be poor. People may not like you, but they must hear you. Because what you say is the gospel truth. Nigeria needs to be productive. You cannot be out of poverty unless you start to produce. I'm not an advocate of handout or palliatives too. I don't believe in it. So it is high time we tell ourselves the basic truth. We need to feed ourselves. And it's a shame for people like Ukraine in the war to be giving us food. But I assure you, in this room today, leadership group, the next award you will give me, if you will ever give me, is the largest producer of food in 2024. Federal government is doling out 42,000 metric tons of grains, and by June, I will give out only in Niger State 100,000 metric tons of food. And it's deliberate.
My country people, una remember say Peter Obi come out, come talk, say Nigeria not get any reason to dey poor. Say because one state alone, if you feed the whole Nigeria, then the next year one APC just come and one of their minister, he come dey talk, say wetin Obi talk na rubbish. Say Nigeria not dey distress. Even to the extent, Tinubu come talk and say Nigeria not get distress at all. But they forget, say the distress wey they get, now distress of lies. They lie where. Arise TV call they analyze all the lies with this government. Don't talk, say they want do, where they not do. The first lie where we just say, yeah, that time when the they make world, the Nigerians call they happy. Now be that visa band where the UAE talk, say they come out. The next people can go they buy tickets. The next they come here say, man, they not lift anything. Una remember say when that news break, now that Andrew the way they follow Tinubu for years, that Iofembo way do I like mune, now I can't talk that news. Right now, if they don't use that Bayo or Nonuga to repair the old story, that one can come and say, the UAE, they are yet, they call you the word, they are yet to lift the visa ban, my country people. In fact, to the extent, even Dr. Batikonvu talk say, this government, they know they try. They know they see truth for their mouth, my country people. I don't want constantly bolofua, and so constantly yes. Governor Bago constantly support Peter Obi. Governor Bago, not the Labour Party, na APC na be. He tell Obi, say, come, I support you. This is what you talk, so, in fact, I support you. Say, it no good for ES. Say, now Ukraine, I can they supply Nigeria with wheat and other grains. Say, it no your good for ES. Say, this one Obi talk, so, say, in support 100%. In day with Obi for this one. Now, APC, the ma be o, not be LP, my country people. Now, this one, I can carry us, enter the matter of this governor, what they call Nasi Idris. We come buy 24 brand new Toyota Jeep. Give it people where they work for long in members for House of Rep, my country people. For this hardship, which road they want drive and put? The road will be say not good. Hey, God help us. Mo could do the right thing. Mo could do the right thing. This Tinubu government, they are here to come and finish Nigeria. Because nothing there again now. Nothing. They don't finish Nigeria. My country people. To the end, I go show on one video of empty estates. They say that estate don't dey for years. Nobody did that estate. New as the your for that for Abuja. No one single person I did that. My country people. This one many news now go bring comfort now. It's gonna be Bod TV, but we will analyze all the trends so they happen. My country people area. I salute now. What too much be or west see.
Another part of Bua Estate. Allah is over. Another part of Bua Estate. Empty houses. Wow. Allah is over. Empty seat. Empty street. Okay. Subhanallah. Inside the heart of Abuja. Can you imagine? Nobody is living in these houses. You can see the houses. Subhanallah.
There are many dimensions to the problem. The Basa agreement you were referring to, that was in 2021.
2021, yeah.
2021, when the UAE directed that all foreign airlines should not airlift Nigerians into Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. And at that time, Turkish Airlines, Ethiopian Airlines, even the Emirates stopped carrying Nigerians. Now, there were issues also about the BASA, bilateral air services agreement that you referred to, in terms of the frequency.
Yes.
And you know, there was an incident, you know, involving a Nigerian airline about, again, issues about visa. Now, in 2022, that was when they now came up with this ban, visa ban. The UAE banned 20 countries, 20 African countries. Nigeria, Ghana, Rwanda, Comoros, Rwanda, Benin, you know, and others. 19 of them, and 20 of them. Now the excuse, then the story came up again in 2023 when President Tinubu visited the UAE. And one of the major outcomes of that visit was that, oh, the UAE had lifted the ban. It then turned out that no visa ban had been lifted. That was in 2023. And the government at the time had to manage that, you know, that there was no categorical thing. I think at that time, we were even looking at statements issued at the other end, that in their own readout, they didn't refer to lifting any ban. In any case, that was an embarrassing moment for government. Now in 2024, on the same subject, the same government now finds itself in a situation whereby the presidency issued a statement and said, oh, the visa ban had been lifted. And that was found not to be true. But we understand that that has been refuted, that it is not true. The first thing here is lack of coordination. Whoever issued the statement that the visa ban had been lifted could have consulted the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. There are people whose desk job it is to have information, whether that is true or not.
Yes.
And twice now, on the issue of the UAE, we have goofed. That is very embarrassing. It doesn't make the government look really good. The second part of it is that there are issues that have to be resolved, which are fundamental. The UAE authorities at that time were talking about the category of visa that Nigerians were abusing. Nigerians will get a particular kind of visa, then they will get there and they will present a different kind of visa, or they will conduct themselves in a different way, compelling Mrs. Abike Dabiri Erewa at that time to, while defending the interests of Nigerians, to also say that Nigerians must learn one lesson. You don't behave anyhow in other people's country. If they give you a particular visa, you follow it. But the thing, of course, is that we'll keep diplomacy is an eternal thing that you keep engaging in. But it's not only Nigerians that had that visa ban. And this embarrassment that we have been having, the ban has been lifted, the ban has not been lifted. You know, the other countries that I mentioned earlier on, they don't have that kind of situation. No. And the visa is the exclusive prerogative of the receiving state, you know, to give you visa or not give you visa. And if they say these 20 African countries, they come here and they overstay, they bring attitude that we do not like, it's entirely their prerogative. And if they leave the ban, they will tell us. And we should just, you know, do things properly, that's all.
I like that. Do things properly. Rufai, your comment quickly.
I mean, truth has to be said. So when this issue first happened, there was a part I support Nigeria on, and that part was about the BASA.
The BASA, yeah.
I will not subscribe to the UAE or any nation relegating Nigeria down, I mean, and cheating Nigeria. And I felt that BASA thing was just to cheat Nigeria. And I don't care if it's because of the BASA, they don't allow us to enter UAE. We too will stay here and develop our country. But on that BASA thing, I don't support the UAE. So
that BASA thing was that, you know, they were giving 21 entry
so
into
they don't
Nigeria,
want, so they don't want
frequency
into
Nigeria.
So they were giving, they don't even want us, and they are not even making us land at a prominent airport.
And
they were taking us to Sharjah.
One
so they were taking us to Sharjah. They were not even, we're not landing in Dubai itself. We're going to Sharjah, which is another place, and you have to taxi in. That's on that. Then the COVID situation too also happened. Yeah. You know, which was the blanket ban Dr. Bat talked about. And the last one was also the atrocities committed by some Nigerians in UAE. You remember when the UAE government was asking us to explain in detail what a cult group means. There were fights that broke out on the street by Nigerian groups and all of that. And that further heightened all of this. But the truth has to be said. Way worse off is the way the Nigerian government has handled this. It's just been a lot of lies and propaganda and smokescreen. I know they want to score a quick political win, but wait for the success to come, then announce it. Let's not be impetuous. When you are impetuous, you make mistake. And that's exactly what is happening in this case. I remember the first episode, they sold that story and the lie went on until Stephanie Busari stepped in and investigated and contacted the Dubai authorities. And the Dubai authorities debunked. And you know, that shame was public because it went out on CNN. Secondly, now this time around, a major government official put this on their page. Like Dr. Abati has talked about the verification process and all of that. To a large extent, you would have thought that but you see, I get the plan. Government, it's for government to bring out their own propaganda lies. It's for the citizens. And the media is strong. And that's why you see any government does not like a strong media. Alexander Shotynitsky, major Russian writer, said something profound. Solzhenitsyn. He said something very profound. He said, Any writer, good writer in a country is like a government on its own. No government likes a good writer. So that's exactly what is happening. So because they know that there's a strong media that will challenge them on these things, they are already fidgety and they want to score cheap points. And that's why they're making these mistakes. Right. I would like the government to calm down. If Dubai is going to come, it's going to come. If Dubai is not going to come, it's not going to come. We're going to develop. I mean, and when did this craze for Dubai start? At some point, Nigeria were not crazy about Dubai. It's because they developed Dubai to an extent. Yeah. Why can't we look inward and develop Nigeria?
Let's develop our own.
People will be crazy about coming to this country too. Dubai had made a holistic effort. Yes. Dubai used to be a fishing village at some point, but it's not the same today again.
All right.
So let us wait until all of this come and let's calm down.
Yes.
There will be more records of successes for this and wins for this government to be proud about. Right. They should just calm down and things will pan out. Stop embarrassing themselves and losing the hard-earned integrity and trust that they need to earn from Nigerians. I
like the point that you made about let's develop our own, which will bring me to my next story. I mean, we had that great interview with the president of the Africa Development Bank, who talked about the importance of agriculture. We'll take another story. The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, on Tuesday, said that the major factor affecting food availability in Nigeria is the smuggling of food out of Nigeria to neighboring countries. Kyari made the comments while addressing members of the House of Representatives during the sectorial debate on agriculture and food security. Well, in the meantime, the Tinubu administration has said that the country's economy is not in distress as widely assumed. This was made known by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, who represented the president at the Leadership Conference and Awards, which took place on Tuesday at the Transcorp Hilton in Abuja. The minister also stated that the country is only facing challenging times marked with unprecedented opportunities that would reset the economy.
I should start by respectfully challenging the notion that the Nigerian economy is indeed facing challenges. Distress suggests helplessness, being at the mercy of something we have no control over, but that is not the case here. We are in challenging times, no doubt, but these times have also been marked by unprecedented opportunities to reset the course and build a new and sustainable economy away from the rent-seeking and waste that was once the order of the day. For the poorest and most vulnerable among us, the social investment program currently under review to reposition it for maximum impact will support millions of households with direct cash transfers that will enable them meet their basic needs. Since we assumed office in May of 2023, we have attracted $30 billion in FDIs, the foreign direct investments. These are commitments into the real sector of the economy, including manufacturing, telecoms, healthcare, oil and gas, and others.
All right, the minister here is saying that since they assumed office, the Tinubu administration has attracted $30 billion in foreign direct investment. We are here, we are hearing this, but obviously we would love to see those, achievements. You know, he mentioned manufacturing and all of that. But you also had the Minister of Agriculture there blaming smuggling. Again, almost, reiterating what Vice President Kashim Shettima said earlier, where he talked about, smuggling is part of the reasons for the food price hike in Nigeria.
All right, so the similarity between both ministers is that you would see that this government is trying to save face and give the right language, or just try to make a good situation out of what is a very bad, and I would use the word distressing situation, because by his own definitions, he said that helplessness. And if we're not in a state of helplessness, it looks like we're pushing out one policy, we realize, okay, it didn't work, push out another one. So it almost seems like we're grappling with a situation that we don't really know how to sort out in terms of the economy. So we go first to the Minister of Agriculture, Abubakar Kyari, who says that the problem that we have in terms of food is the smuggling issue. I mean, that's one on its own because it's also an indication of failure, because we have looked at the situation with regards to smuggling on our borders. We have talked about customs and tightening it, our porous borders, and this, the government hasn't done anything about it. And then when there was, Fisai Oshiombo did an expose on smuggling, no response yet or an acknowledgement of that, or in terms of what's the actions that will be taken following that has been done. So, number one, if we have a smuggling problem, that will say, then great, we're going to be out of this, we are going to be out of the woods in a few moments. Absolutely. But it is not acknowledging some of the real issues that we face as a nation, especially with regards to food scarcity in Nigeria. If that were the case, why are we talking about security and farmers going back to their farms? Are we going to take away or ignore the elephant in the room? The fact that we have talked about security and insecurity since this administration started, or took office in May of 2023, and nothing seems to have come concrete in terms of action against that. Why are farmers not going to their farms? Why is it that we have lost, we haven't been able to cultivate over 60% of arable land in Nigeria because of the fact that farmers are not safe? Absolutely. Oh, that does not contribute to the fact that we don't have food in our country. It is smuggling. We don't even have the food enough in this case to smuggle. Now, states like Niger are saying that they don't want anyone to take out food out of their states in order to protect food security in their states. So one of the things we tell the government is Nigerians need to be able to trust you. We have a big problem on our hands. If we're going to solve it, yes, we understand that there's a need to color the situation so as not to cause panic. But we must also not keep pushing blame, because then it demonstrates to the people that you're not even ready to acknowledge the challenges and then face it head on. What we want to hear is that, yes, we have issues or challenges in area but these are the actions that we are taking. This administration, this government is serious about dealing with these problems and not just... And then let me just point out something as well. Some of these people whom they term smugglers are Nigerian business owners who are doing business or trading across borders, and sometimes they are used as scapegoats in this instance. So I think just to mention that. And the second part about being in distress, again, the Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, had said that, but we are in a state of distress. Nigerians are suffering. People are talking about this. There are protests around the nation. At what point are we going to accept the fact that we need a serious intervention when it comes to the people of Nigeria and poverty levels, hunger in the land, and the fact that people are shouting, "Ebing power," that is, we are hungry.
Power, you're absolutely right.